I was on the train the other day,
Mm-hmm.
looked at my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what I find?
What'd you find?
There is a live action remake of one of my shows from my childhood TV show list.
Is it?
And I was so happy when I found out.
Which one is it?
Totally Spies is getting a remake in 2025, produced by Will Ferrell.
Oh.
I'm
So is it going to be funny?
I'm looking forward to that. I don't know what it's going to be. All I know is I probably won't be watching it.
Why not, bro?
I feel like it's a bit like young.
Oh, it's too childish for you
Yeah.
now. Because now you're an adult, you have to watch serious stuff. You can't watch Totally Spies.
Yes.
If they did a live action remake of Power Rangers, I'd be
Power Rangers is live action anyway.
No, but if they made it into theatre, real
What?
life. Imagine they do Morphin Time in the London Coliseum.
All of Power Rangers is
Yeah.
live action. You can go and watch it now. Why are you not doing that?
No, I want to watch it in theatres.
In the cinema?
I want to watch it.
If there was a Power Rangers...
in theatres. I want to watch a production of it.
I see.
I want to watch it live. That's what live action means.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, not real life. Live action.
Okay.
In theatres.
All right, we'll make it happen. Just for you.
How are you going to make it happen?
Through our connections.
Through our
network. Guys, make it happen. Power Rangers the musical.
It's Morphin Time.
This is the GrassTooth podcast.
Talking about live action production.
We're not calling it that. So
what is it called? What is it called?
Theatre.
Theatre. Let's call it theatre then.
Everyone calls it theatre.
I went to Spirited Away. Yeah, I think I told you about it a while back.
Mm-hmm.
It was a birthday present from the missus. So, very, very good present. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Studio Ghibli and I'm a big fan of Spirited Away. It was it's the first film that got me into Studio Ghibli, actually. I watched it when I was really young and I was really moved. So this was a great present. So firstly, thank you very much. It was great. It was real good.
Before this, what other experiences of theatre have you had?
Very minimal. So I saw Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Oh, you've seen that?
I've seen that one,
Okay.
both parts on the same day. Thought it was a bit too long, but it's all right. It's okay. And then I saw Wicked,
Nice.
which was really good.
Which was, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We'll get onto musicals in a bit, but yeah, Spirited Away. It was really good. I think it was really well created. It was just a copy of the film, right? But then seeing it in live action, in terms of how they choreographed the different things, it was really, really nice the way they brought like the mythical, fictitious world of Spirited Away into reality. It was really, really, really nice. So yeah, I don't know how long they're still showing that for. I think it's only for a short while actually, but if you have the opportunity, I'd recommend to go.
I'm sure they might bring it back in the future because I think they did My Neighbor Totoro like recently. So they might do this and then move on to the next one. I'm sure they'll come back around in a cycle because like it's a collection of films that like people will love for a long time.
Absolutely.
So I don't think it's going anywhere.
I think the highlight for me actually was you've watched the film, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember? I think it's called the Kashiri, or the Kashira. You know the three green faces that bounce around. That's owned by the witch.
Yeah.
So do you know how they recreated that?
If I were to do it, if I was like the
How would you do it?
theatre director,
Yeah.
I'd have 3 tennis balls on 3 sticks, just be bouncing them up and down like that. And that's it. That's as much thought. I'll draw smiley faces on them.
On the tennis balls.
Yeah, and that's all you're getting.
And that's all you get.
I'm part of that Willy Wonka immersive experience.
Oh right,
That's
it needs to be that low
level
quality.
of thought. Yeah.
Right, okay.
We're saving.
That's not how they did it.
How did they do it?
Let me just tell you this. Yeah, this was the highlight for me. Right, one guy comes out. Okay, his face acts as one of the heads.
Yeah,
and he's got 2 hands. Right. And on each of them, he's wearing like the face glove type thingy. So like it's basically emanates like the same as his face, right? And those are the 3 green heads that sort of bounce around. The surprising thing about it, right? And this really shocked me. And there was absolutely no need for them to do this. But this guy was basically half naked.
Half naked how?
He was literally not wearing anything apart from, the loincloths that like sumo wrestlers wear. That's literally all he was wearing.
So like it was bare body, like no like body paint or anything.
You could see his ass.
Oh wow!
You could see his ass from the back when he was turning around.
That's what we call a real immersive experience. Okay.
I love that. That was the highlight for me. He had a good ass, bro. It got really hot in the theatre, bro. And I think it was because of that one moment.
Just quick question. Was it... I think I heard somewhere they did it in Japanese and they had like English subtitles.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Yeah, so they had different subtitles on the different levels. So we were right at the top, like near the balcony, basically. And they had subtitles on each sort of part of the stage. So yeah, it was really easy to follow. The only person that spoke English was your favorite character.
Yes.
He spoke like 99% in Japanese, but when he told Chihiro to go out and do whatever she needs to, it's the only time he spoke in English. He said, "Good luck." He said that twice, and everyone was laughing. So, Spirited Away, do your thing, bro. All right, we love it. We love that stuff.
Recommendation, seal of approval from you?
Oh, mate, it's a whale of approval. Yeah,
I like what you did there.
But I was going to ask though, what are your thoughts generally? So this wasn't really a musical, right? But obviously, I talked about Wicked. What are you? Are you a musical man? Are you into musicals, or what? I mean, because obviously you're a film person, but how does that translate to musicals and theatre generally?
Okay, so why are you laughing?
I'm just curious, bro.
I grew up in the drama club. Like when I was at primary school, secondary school, I was always in the drama club.
You were great.
Yeah.
I saw him live once. You should have made a career in that, bro.
That's what one of my history teachers said to me as well, but we'll see. But like especially in primary school, a lot of the plays were musicals, so we were like performing and singing. I had a solo once for Oliver Twist when I played Fagin, and
you're going to perform this for us today, right?
Well, let me say the rest of this.
Okay,
it's a short story. While the drama teacher, once I did the song, was like, "Yeah, we're going to cut that down to one verse."
It's quite tragic.
It is. It really messed up my confidence for a while. But yeah, and we'd go, like, especially primary school, every term we'd go to see a musical. So I'm quite used to it and I enjoy it. I don't know if I love it. Like, it's fun to participate in.
Right, but you don't actively hate it.
I don't hate it at all. No. There's no hate for it.
But do you respect it, but it's just you don't love it, basically?
But I think it depends on the type of musical. I think the musicals I've been to recently, so I went and saw Wicked. I wasn't crazy about it. I think it's the type, like Hamilton as well. I liked it a lot. I don't know if I loved it.
Okay.
Whereas,
what are your top musicals that you kind of rate?
I think the two that I enjoyed the most were Blood Brothers and Guys and Dolls.
I haven't heard of any of those.
Yeah, so
are they kind of more low key, or are they?
I think Guys and Dolls was pretty massive. Like,
was it? Okay.
Maybe 10, 20 years ago. And Blood Brothers might still be playing somewhere.
The Lion King?
No, you see that. See, I think those musicals, they put, I think, too much effort into like the dance and the songs, whereas I think plot and drama should be more center stage. It's cool to have a nice couple of songs, but I think the plot is what I'm most drawn to.
I can't tell if I like musicals or not, if I'm brutally honest.
I don't know. I think you just haven't been to a good one.
Maybe. Because Wicked was actually it's an enjoyable experience, but does that make me a musical man? I don't think so. I just can't take it seriously when something sad is happening in the scene, and then everyone just bursts into song. That's not really. I don't know. Something. No, I think something a bit weird with that.
I think it could. Like, I think that's too much song. I think that's the issue.
Right. Okay.
I think just strip it down a bit. I like more low key kind of performances and musicals.
Low key songs.
Not like big dance numbers.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Everyone's like dancing. I just don't know. But anyway, if you've got some good recommendations, let us know.
We might go check them out.
We'll go check them out. And Spirited Away was great.
I watched a performance too.
Oh,
recently.
Okay.
Not in person though, sadly, because couldn't afford
not online
flight tickets.
Oh,
probably not even the concert tickets. But I watched the live stream of the Pop Out.
The Pop Out.
Ken and Friends. You haven't heard of it?
Never heard of Ken and Friends.
Kendrick Lamar's most recent concert in LA. It was streaming last night from like 12 p.m. Like not 12 p.m. 12 a.m. midnight basically. Stayed up and watched it. Damn indeed. Fantastic. Amazing. I felt like I was, even though I wasn't there, I felt the energy. I felt like I was part of the moment, and it was incredible seeing one of my favorite performers do their thing. I had a good time.
Team Kendrick.
Team Kendrick for life. Highlights for me were brought out Steve Lacy as one of the openers. Okay. Brought out Tyler the Creator.
Oh wow!
There was a Black Hippie reunion, which like I've always like you know when like you've got like boy bands who come together again, and there's that huge like feeling of
nostalgia.
My gosh, they're back. Yeah. I've never like had that for anything like music wise, where I'm like but I had this weird feeling when I saw J-Rock, Absol, Schoolboy Q, and Kendrick all on the stage together, where I was like, A, this is incredible. I'm so happy these guys. I'm seeing them all together performing, and B, damn, I'm getting old. Like, the fact that like I grew up listening to these guys and like I was listening to them back in like 2011, 2012 when they were like, you know, becoming, and now like it's been such a long time where I've seen them together. I just thought about that like, you know, age gap, that time gap. Yeah. And then Dr. Dre came out.
Oh, all the classics.
And went, Psst, I see dead people. And Kendrick Lamar performed Not Like Us 6 times.
What can Drake do, bro?
He's not part of the conversation anymore.
What can he do, bro? Like I've been listening to Euphoria nonstop over the last week. It's crazy, man. I thought at the beginning I thought it was his worst song.
Right.
It's not my favorite song of like
this year,
bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Euphoria, I think it's probably my banger, man.
Such a good song. I guess you hyped.
And if you actually deeply listen to the lyrics as well, bro, it's just like you can't like Drake is.
He's not on that level. He's nowhere near that level.
It's just finished, bro. It's finito,
Drake
isn't it?
Is dead. And speaking of dead, now it's time for the GlassTruth.
The GlassTruth. Making sense of nonsense.
This is the GlassTruth. We hold up a magnifying glass to the truth. That's what we do here. And speaking of magnifying glasses, I'm going to put you in a scenario, okay?
Okay.
I'm Sherlock right now.
Okay.
And you're
Holmes.
My dear Watson. Yeah, Holmes, obviously. Who other Sherlocks do you know?
There's a few Sherlocks that I know.
Okay, we're not going to get into that. And now, Watson, I'm going to give you a scenario. I want you to solve the case.
Okay.
A man needs to pee. So he finds a hedge at his school.
Yeah.
Goes for a little...
Yep.
And then out of nowhere, a cow drops from the sky, lands on him, and kills him.
Right.
What do you think happened?
So someone's gone to urinate in a bush.
Yeah.
And a cow drops on him and kills him instantly.
Yeah.
And you're asking me what I think happened.
Yeah. Just use like
deduction skills and try and see what happened.
Yeah.
So I personally think, so this person who went to urinate, I think let's just call him John. Okay, let's call him John. Johnny. I think Johnny had a few enemies. And someone, I think he had a few farmer enemies, enemies who were farmers. And they were watching Johnny quite closely. They were following him, and they found the spot where he was kind of isolated. There wasn't anyone around.
Right. They're following him around with a cow.
With a cow, okay. And they just went, "Yo, let's just kill him. Let's just eradicate him now, and just drop the cow." That's the only legitimate explanation I can give.
This GlassTruth is a bit of an old one,
okay,
but I found it, and it made me chuckle a little bit, but it intrigued me. You know, Indian man urinating on train track dies after hit by flying cow.
Flying cow?
A pensioner in India was killed when he was struck by a cow that was tossed 30 meters up in the air after it was hit by an express train.
Oh.
Wild. The freak accident happened when Mr. Shivdale Sharma, who was 82 at the time, was relieving himself on the railway tracks in the city of Alwar at India's northern state of Rajasthan on April the 18th. Now, I heard this news story, and it just whenever I think of public urination, the first person that comes to mind is you.
Yeah.
Because there's a legend.
There is a legend
attached to it. Yeah.
So this story that you sort of created fictitiously was actually real. It actually happened. Yeah. I did that, guys. All right.
There was no cow though. Thankfully.
There was no cow. There was instead a PE teacher
who caught it.
Who caught me. And I got suspended for a few days.
But like this made me think because India, like maybe sometimes wrongfully associated with like godly cows. You're peeing, and it's almost like God has struck you down, and He sent a cow.
You get clotted by a flying cow. so yeah,
I was thinking, like, what would be like a? I remember you saying on the podcast before that drowning is one of the scariest things for you.
Yeah.
To die, but like, is there anything else that scares you? Or
I think
like
a flying cow is probably one of the best ways to get eliminated from this earth. What a way to go! Like he probably was feeling relieved.
Did you just say what a way to go? That's the name of the next segment in the GlassTruth today. What a way to go!
Damn, is it?
Let's just move on to that, because I feel like there's something.
I've just done it. Yeah. All right, cool.
I'm gonna give you some scenarios of strange deaths, and they're all sort of related. You know how what we talked about this public urination man? They're all related to you. Ever so slightly.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Because I just wanted to see like how you would feel. Like, and I want you to rank them from 0 to 10. 0 being, I would not. This is not for me. You know how you said flying cow is great and like what a way to go. 0 is not for me. I don't want to do this. 10 is sign me up.
I'll back this.
That's the way to go.
Okay, fine.
Firstly, we're talking about a man called Stanton Walker. The 20-year-old was watching an amateur baseball game in Morristown, Ohio.
Okay.
With a friend on either side of him. You watch ball sports and you have friends.
I do, yes.
So I thought of you.
Thank you.
One of the friends borrowed a knife from the other to sharpen his pencil as he was keeping score. And when he was finished, passed the knife to Walker to pass to the other friend.
Okay.
As Walker was holding the knife, a foul ball struck him in the hand and drove the knife into his chest next to his heart. His friends asked if he was hurt, and he said, not much. But the wound soon began to bleed heavily, and he died within minutes.
These are all real life things?
Yeah, these actually happened.
For me, it depends on who hit the ball. So you said this was baseball, right?
Yeah.
If it's my favourite player that hit the ball at me, what a way to go.
Who would you be okay with?
Either Son Heung-min or CR7.
Oh.
If they did that, what a way to go.
You'd be happy. You'd die happy.
I mean, I don't think I'd be happy about dying, but if I had to die, if that was my fate, this is one of the ways to do it.
Okay, so if it's one of the two players that you named, where would you put? What number would you put this at?
I'd put them at the same one.
At the same one?
I'd put them at probably around sort of 8.
8.
If it was a player that I didn't like.
If you were watching a Barnet FC match.
Yeah. No, if I mean, because I'm a Chelsea fan, or I'm an England fan, all right? If it was a Serbian player that did that,
right,
or a Danish player that did that, and actually they're playing right now, if they did that, it'd be a 3.
3?
3, yeah. I wouldn't like that at all. No. So yeah, 8 or 9 if it's my favourite player.
Next. Now, we don't have a name for this person because...
Call him Johnny.
This is an unidentified person. We'll call him Johnny.
Johnny
was beaten to death with a Bible during a healing ceremony gone wrong in Hawaii.
A healing ceremony gone wrong?
Yeah. So you're a slightly... maybe...
I am,
decently religious guy.
Yeah.
And also I thought of the Kendrick line from Not Like Us. Be your ass with a Bible if God watching. And I was like, oh... Look at that.
Fair enough. Okay, good link.
He was being treated for malaria when his family summoned a kahuna who decided he was possessed by devils and tried to exorcise the demons. The kahuna was charged with manslaughter, so he was beaten to death with a Bible.
By a kahuna?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you explain that to God when you meet him?
He was trying to do God's work.
No, I get it. The guy who died.
Oh, I had...
Is that a religiously dignified way to die?
I think it's up
the
to
guy had malaria.
Yeah.
And the kahuna beat him to death.
Because he thought he was possessed.
Right. I don't know what to think, bro. This is a very tragic. Why are you smirking? Why are you smirking?
I'm not smiling. This is just my face.
Right.
Okay. I have whatever the opposite of a resting bitch face is. It's a jovial.
You can't stay serious in serious situations. I don't know, man. This isn't. I mean, if that was me, this is not how I want to be remembered. So, because if I die, I want a legacy. Hey, why are you laughing, bro?
Sorry.
I want a legacy. Do you know what I mean? Oh, he got killed by Cristiano Ronaldo. Right. Oh, fair enough. Like, you got beaten to death by a Bible. I don't know if I like that. And that means I had to have malaria as well. Yeah, no.
Not for you.
Not for me. I don't think so. I don't think so. No, this isn't for me. I'll put it at a solid 2.
Solid 2.
Would not recommend.
Next, we go to George Spencer Millett.
Okay.
The American teenager who worked as an office boy at an insurance company at the Metropolitan Life Building in New York City was fleeing 6 young women stenographers, at his workplace, intent on giving him kisses for his 15th birthday, while carrying an ink eraser in his breast pocket. As the women moved in for their kisses, he fell forward, and the eraser's point pierced his heart, killing him.
It's not the worst way to die. It's not the worst way to die. I'm in a very happy relationship. But if I was this geezer, fair game, bro. Fair game.
Yeah.
What a player.
Straight to the heart, though.
Huh?
Straight to the heart.
It's quite what's the word? It's quite
ironic.
Ironic, yeah.
Alanis Morissette.
Because all of those girls wanted his heart. Yeah, it was the ink eraser.
It was
the ink eraser that got him. That is. On one hand, I don't want to say this about death. It's quite funny, but it's also not the worst way to. I think it's not the worst way to die. It's on the similar level of a cow, right? Because with the cow one, what an experience, right? What an experience. You don't have a second to think, and a cow's flying at you. That is a crazy time. This one is like you feel good, don't you? Wouldn't you feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah. 9
out of 10. 9. Very good. Finally, for you, the Great Molasses Flood. I know you've got a bit of a sweet tooth. We've discussed this. 21 people were killed and 150 injured after a large tank of molasses burst in Boston's North End.
Damn.
Just thick molasses.
Molasses is
a sweet death.
It is thick, bro. Double C.
Like, it doesn't even have to be molasses. You can exchange it for any kind of liquid. It mixes one of your favorite things, which is sweet stuff. You said you've got a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
And one of your worst fears, which is drowning.
Yeah, this is a difficult one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that duality of like, I think, initial joy. Because forget molasses. I'm not a big fan of molasses, but if it's like chocolate, like a river of chocolate,
Augustus Gloop
type thing. If that was happening, I mean, for the first few seconds, you're like, yo, bro, God, thank you so much. Like, this is just a dream, and you're slurping on it, and then just the river hits you, and you're drowning. Okay, that's where it gets peak. My worst fear is drowning. I think drowning is easily the worst way to die. Worse than burning. Worse than getting eaten alive. Like, anything is the worst way. So this is a very difficult question you've asked me. Let's
get a number.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a number. I'm trying to conjure up a number that is right. It's that difficulty. That initial joy turned into suffocation. I'll say 5. Down the middle.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way to do it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Just the final one.
Okay.
Because it's not that connected with you, but I read it and I liked it. This is more for me.
Okay.
This is Thomas Lynn Bradford, and you don't need to put this on your scale.
Okay.
In an attempt to ascertain the existence of an afterlife, the spiritualist, Thomas Lynn Bradford, committed Control-Alt-Delete by sealing his Detroit apartment, blowing out the pilot of his heater, and turning on the gas, dying of carbon monoxide poisoning. Bradford had intended to communicate his findings to fellow spiritualist Ruth Starkweather, but some weeks after his death, the New York Times ran the article, "Dead Spiritualist Silent."
What's the name again?
Thomas.
You f***ed up, Tom.
What I liked about that story is like someone's, as in, sure, it's out of like, as in, I think it's like curiosity to see.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah, the cat killed itself, but like the curiosity to like find out what's going on and like using his like mystic powers to like try and communicate something to say what's going on. And this newspaper just completely took the piss. Just zero given.
So he was trying to communicate to Ruth.
Yeah.
So you're telling me Ruth was sitting there waiting,
Just waiting for a
Tom
sign.
to just be like, yeah, this.
I'm here. What
I'm
you
playing
saying?
paddleball.
It's lit.
It's yo, the things are here. Come over, bro. Yeah, Tom, you messed up, my man.
Sad times.
I rate that a 7. R.I.P. R.I.P.
What would you rate these? What do you think? Don't try and speak to people from the afterlife.
It's not
It's
worth
not
it.
worth it. There's no way. There's no way back. That is. Oh. Did you have something to say?
That was the last truth.
No. Wait. We're gonna discuss this. You had something to say. Say it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we need to check on Ruth.
Check on Ruth for what?
I think Ruth should go away for murder
Why?
because I know she's a spiritualist,
Right.
the same as Tom.
Yeah.
But if Tom comes to Ruth and says, "Yo, I'm gonna control or delete myself,"
Yeah.
but I'm gonna send you signals after and
Yeah.
like to tell you what it's about. If I'm Ruth, I'd be like, "No, bro, that's not how it works. Don't do that." But she literally just said, she must have said, "Yeah, come, do that," and I'll get the messages. I think that's murder. Maybe not murder. Okay, that's not murder.
Yeah.
But
You think she's an associate?
There's definitely something wrong with her.
There's something wrong with her.
I think there's definitely something
Both
wrong
these
with her.
people, like, sure, like, I think both of them are, if anything, guilty of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're saying is, like, Ruth is not an innocent bystander. She was egging it on.
I get that in the spirit of what they're doing,
Right.
it seems acceptable.
Right.
But if you bring it back to real life, if you bring
Yeah.
it back to real life,
Right.
like the guy literally just said, "I'm gonna, do this."
Yeah.
Check your phone. I'm gonna send some messages
Yeah,
after.
yeah.
And she just literally calmly went, "Yeah, come, I'll do that."
Yeah.
Ruth is a naughty gal. Do you know what I mean? Ruth is a naughty gal.
My question is, right, as in, like, I don't know what Thomas, like, how much research went into this.
Mm-hmm.
So this case happened in, like, the early 20th century.
Oh, ages ago.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But, like, there's been so much history of, like, mankind.
Uh-huh.
And what, you think everyone's gone into the afterlife and no one's been able to send a message back? Like, what makes you special? Like, what have you unlocked? What code have you unlocked? So I think they're both kind of idiotic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But, like, so you think you want Ruth locked up? That's what you're getting to.
I can just check her hard drive, bro.
What are you gonna find in there?
Oh, she was. Did you say 20th century?
Yeah, early 20th century.
Oh crap! They don't have USBs at that time. do
Check
they?
her. Like,
check her journal. Check her journals. Check her diary entries. There's some serious stuff there. I'm telling you right now.
Check her diary entries. That's the GlassTruth. Welcome to the GlassTooth, the final segment where we will be discussing things of a slightly more lighthearted nature, and we're talking about life, people. A major milestone for many people is the concept of marriage, and we've been thinking about it. I don't know why, but it popped up.
We're getting to that age, yeah.
Yeah. And one thing we need to look out for is fathers-in-laws. Yeah? There are some good ones. There are some bad ones. But a lot of them are kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
But we're going to look today at the best and the worst of the bunch. We're gonna do a top 5 of movie characters that Yoni's going to look at the ones that he would want as a father-in-law.
Yes.
And I'm going to look at the ones that I definitely wouldn't want. Do you want to kick things off?
I'm happy to, yeah.
Go ahead.
So yeah, best, people that I consider who could be good father-in-laws, movie characters, right?
Can I just take a second?
Yeah.
I want to bait you out a bit.
Spin me
So
out.
Yoni came up with this topic. He wrote it on the group, on the chat, and I took some time thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? What he said was father-in-laws that you don't want.
Yeah.
That's I did the assignment. I came in and I was like, you know what? It should have been father-in-laws we do want because it would have been more positive, right? And we would have had a bigger range, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yoni goes, oh, was that what we were supposed to do? He set the assignment and he misunderstood it himself, all right? This is what we're working with here.
It's what happens, man.
But it's a happy accident.
Yeah, it's great
I'm glad
because
that it
we get
worked out.
contrasting
Yeah,
opinions,
for
and that's
sure.
what we want. We want.
I just wanted to I don't wanted people to know.
Yeah, of course. You bait me out. Bait me out in the GlassTruth. All right. Yes, I did urinate in a bush. That was me. And yes, I did mess up here. All right. So let's just get into my top 5.
Okay, go.
All right. My number 5 is Mr. Incredible.
Ooh.
Absolute unit. He's a superhero. He's a superhero family. I'm guessing the thing I'd be going for is Violet at this point. Invisible. Which is probably not that great to be a girlfriend, but Mr. Incredible is an incredible man. He's Wedge.
Oh, sorry, go on. No, go on.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I've just got a few questions.
Oh yeah, ask me. Just ask me.
So you've got an invisible wife, and you think that's great?
But that's what I mean. That's probably not. That's probably
okay. But what you're not thinking about is if you do like a little fuck up, just a little mistake, you got to deal with Mr. Incredible.
But he's a nice guy. That's my point.
What, you think you're going to mess around with Violet and he's still going to be a Mr. Nice Guy?
But you're implying that I'm going to mess around with Violet. I'm not.
Because you're aware.
I'm a good boy. No, I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. Okay. What are you trying to say, bro? I wouldn't mess people around.
No. But like, it might just be something you don't even realize. Yeah.
No, but I think Mr. Incredible has forget the fact that he's Wedge. That's like a given, right?
Yeah.
He seems like just like a chill guy. He's not like a scary, angry. He's not like a Liam Neeson from Taken. Do you know what I mean? He would not be on my list, right? Of good father-in-laws. He'd scare the life out of me. Right. Mr. Incredibles is a nice guy. And I feel like he's the sort of guy to be like, listen, Yoni, like, come on, what are you doing, bro? Like, you're better than this.
He'll give you a paternal talk.
Paternal talk, yeah. So he's in my top 5 for sure. He's number 5 for me. Yeah. Any comments on that, or what do you think?
Listen, it's your list.
It is my list.
It's whatever you're doing.
Absolutely.
No comments. Number 5 for worst father-in-law. I don't think you've seen this film.
Yeah, of course I haven't.
I've gone for Daniel Plainview from There Will Be Blood. Now, he is tanking rich. But I know there's no love. There's zero love. He's like pure capitalism. That's what he believes.
Right, okay.
He doesn't give a flying cow about
a flying cow
about his kids or anyone who they marry.
Right.
So, like, if I was going to be like gold digger Gopi, I'd be like, yeah, let's get married into this rich family. But I ain't getting nothing. I ain't getting no love.
You ain't about
if anything, I'm gonna get hate.
You ain't about that life.
What do you mean I ain't about that?
You seem to me, and I don't want to say this without uncovering some dirt.
Go on.
You seem like the guy from Salt Bay. I think that's what you'd be doing.
Salt Bay. I'll open a restaurant.
Not Salt Bay. Sorry. Is it Salt?
Saltburn.
Saltburn.
You think I'm like a knockoff,
a Barry Keoghan,
talented Mr. Ripley? That's different.
Is that different? That's different now. Yeah. That's different.
No, because like there's like. He's the psychopath in that.
Oh, okay. Do
you get me?
I got you.
Whereas if we transfer that over to the father-in-law, that'd be Daniel Plainview being the psychopath.
Oh, I see.
Right?
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm not the Saltburn guy. I don't know what he's talking about.
Just out of curiosity, is your top 5 full of like rich dads or?
No comment.
No comment. Okay, sure. Well, I'm sure we'll find out very shortly. Should I go to my 4th?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a specific one. It's a bit of a niche one, right? I've also just clocked, you'll find this out, but 3 of the people on my list, they've all passed away.
Okay.
R.I.P.
Oh, I see. R.I.P. Like the actual actors?
No, in the
characters.
film. The characters in the film.
Fine. Okay.
So my number 4th is Uncle Ben from the original Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire films.
Right.
Pre-death.
Right.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Uncle Ben... Why am I laughing?
I don't understand where this is going.
No, because again, much like Mr. Incredibles, okay, obviously not as Wedge, not as strong, but he's got a very good heart. The fact that he's looking after Peter, even though he's an uncle, but practically acting as the father figure.
Right.
But the way he does it.
Oh, sorry, I completely forgot.
Yeah.
That you're doing the best and I'm doing the worst.
I'm doing the best, bro.
fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was like, why is this the worst? But
no, he's the best, bro.
Okay.
He is. He's a great man, and obviously he drops probably, I think, the goated quote in the Marvel universe.
Right.
You know which one it is?
Great power comes great responsibility.
Are there any better quotes than that? Or more memorable ones? I am Iron Man. No. With great power comes great responsibility. Okay. And who else would you want? If your son or your daughter got bitten by a spider, then just receive supernatural abilities, powers, and starts beating people up. Who would you want to sort of ground that person, ground your child, and say, listen, you can't be doing that. You don't want anyone else than Uncle Ben, and he makes the best rice.
See, personally, rather than having Uncle Ben as my father-in-law, I'd rather replace Uncle Ben, especially in the Tom Holland universe. I'm just gonna put
With Aunt May.
Yeah, that'd be me.
Just go to your fourth, please.
In fourth place is a character from a film that you should have watched by now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is on you. I'm going with Odesu from Old Boy. I don't want to elaborate any further, but basically, I don't want him as my father-in-law because his daughter's already taken. So I'm just going to leave it there.
Oh, you don't want to give spoilers away?
No spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers for Old Boy. Great film, though.
Watch the film. It's a great film. As long as you're over 18. Violent film. But you don't want Odesu as your father-in-law.
Oh, my days.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go to my number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Another animated character.
Okay.
And another one that unfortunately has passed away.
Right.
Do you want to have a guess?
There's so many, I don't know.
It's not a human.
Sully from Monsters, Inc.
Mufasa.
Right.
What better way? Like, if someone asks you who's your father-in-law, how sick would it be if your answer was the king of the jungle, mate? Right? The king of the pride. That's my father-in-law, bro. Right? And it also means what? Simba would be my brother-in-law. Super cool, man. I'll rock with Simba.
You see, when I was writing my list, I was considering putting Richard Parker from Life of Pi on it. But then I was like, it's a tiger. Like, why would I put that in there? It just wouldn't make any sense, would it now, Yoni?
It's fine. It's fine. We don't need to make sense. Not everything needs to make sense. All right? It's all good. Mufasa, you're my guy. You're my guy. When you passed away, I was crying when I watched that when I was a kid.
I feel like what you've done here
is
is you've done top 5 people that I want to be my dad.
Loki, I feel like I might have done that as well. But no, it's cool. It's cool. I'll be dating a female lion.
A lioness.
And that lioness.
Yeah.
And the father will be Mufasa, and that's calm.
That is calm. In third place, I've got Amon Goth.
Okay, who is that?
From Schindler's List.
Oh, so I know Schindler's List. Is that the main? Is it the main character?
No, that would be Schindler.
Oh, okay. So it's the list.
It's the list. The list, like, you can't have a father-in-law that's a piece of paper with some writing on it.
Doesn't make sense.
Amon Goth is a character that is played by Ralph Fiennes, whose other famous role is Voldemort.
Right.
But something tells me someone who commits, like, war crimes and, like, you know, helps with the Holocaust happening, maybe might be
probably not the best.
Yeah, probably a little bit worse than Voldemort. What did Voldemort want to do? Like, he wanted to, like, kill some kid that was going to kill him, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough, right?
Yeah, like, if you know this is the guy that's going to get you, sort him out, sort the problem out.
Right. That makes sense.
Whereas Amon,
this guy was just...
It's not okay.
Say kids in general.
I think it's more than kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my number 3.
Yeah, very, very strong third.
Thank you.
Your top 2 must be awful people. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Are we on to my second then?
Yes, we are.
All right. On to my second. I'm slightly cheating here. I'm slightly cheating here because, I mean, yeah, it's based on the character, but it's also kind of on the actor as well. A little bit on the actor. But it's Gilgamesh from the Eternals Marvel film.
Right.
Gilgamesh. In case you don't know who Gilgamesh, it kind of sounds like a Tamil name, actually. But he's not Tamil, he's Korean. It's, do you know Don Lee? Or Ba Dong-seok? He's quite a wedge. Yeah, check him out now. Type in Don Lee. He's a really intimidating actor, Korean actor, but he's well loved. He's very, very famous in Korea.
He was in Oh, the Gangster, the Cop, and the Devil.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. But he was in Internals as well. His character Gilgamesh is just a good character, very selfless, very strong.
He's got a similar build to like Mr. Incredible.
Yeah, he does. Maybe that's what I'm looking for.
No, you just want a big, strong man to look after you.
But this guy, this actor, right? He looks intimidating, and he plays a lot of gangster type roles because of his size and the way he looks.
Is this the guy with the Hello Kitty phone case?
He's a cutie patootie. All right, Hello Kitty. He does lovely poses, cute poses. He's a cute guy, man, and he's someone you want as your father-in-law. Trust me.
Foreign than raw material.
And we speak the same language.
English. Number 2 for me. It's a young man called Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. I know him.
I feel like regardless of how I am as a son-in-law, there's only one real way that it's going to end up, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to end up on his plate. I don't know if I want that.
You'd be quite delicious though.
This is even more so why. I feel like if I wasn't so scrumptious, like I might like chance it.
Yeah, he might be like, actually, no, this isn't good meat. I'm not going to try it.
I'm not going to do it. But like I know tastes good.
He's already licking your lips when he sees you. Do you know what I mean?
I love it.
He sees you walk in with his daughter and he's already going,
You know, you said licking your lips instead of my lips. Bro, it's so good. I love it. That's the best thing you've ever said.
That's what I do, bro.
Is this what you do?
I sometimes
You never told me.
1 out of every 5 episodes, I come out with a special. I drop a special move like this. That's what I do, bro. That's a very strong second, to be honest.
Thank you.
No, he's a terrible person.
Is it your first now?
It's my first now. Yeah. You mentioned Voldemort, and this man is in the same universe. Guess who it is?
Mr. Weasley.
It is, yeah. Mr. Arthur Weasley. He's just one of the best dads in the world. Just a good father. I read somewhere that J.K. Rowling actually was going to kill him off, but went against it because she was like, "Oh, he's actually a very good dad. I'm going to keep him alive, and I'll kill off another dad instead." So do you know who he killed off?
Lupin.
R.I.P.
So, what? Because Lupin wasn't a good enough dad, he died.
Yeah,
that's what J.K. Rowling's.
That's what J.K. Rowling does.
She knew James was just going to be a shit
James
dad,
is a
so she was
dad.
like, at the start, you know what, you're done.
It's finished.
Finished.
It's finished. Yeah.
Whether you, I'm not.
Say it. Just say it. Say it right now. Say it right now.
Whether you die or live in the J.K. Rowling universe is dependent on how good a parent you would be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Lily, R.I.P. man.
She was going to be a shit mom.
J.K. Rowling just knew. She was writing the character and just went, yeah, no, no, forget this one. Yeah, Voldemort, just do it.
Well,
Arthur, my guy. Who's your number one?
My number one.
Worst father-in-law.
For the first time, I'm entering into your kind of world.
My kind of world? Okay.
Yeah, it's a comic book character. And his name is the Joker.
Oh.
Who did you think?
Thanos.
Oh, Thanos would be great. I've got, what's her name? Gamora.
Oh, Gamora, fair enough. Yeah,
that's all right.
That's true.
I'm not too mad at that.
And Nebula. Okay, you're not into robots. Okay, cool.
But Joker, I feel like the mother-in-law would be probably Harley Quinn. And I don't know how I feel about just having those two. You know, I feel like
it'd be quite chaotic, wouldn't it?
Whatever mental stability I have would just be completely wiped out. I'd just lose my mind and just end up.
You wouldn't be able to function. And
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I want that. I think I'd rather end up on a plate than have that.
That's a difficult question, actually.
What?
Because at least as a plate, like your final form is a delicious form of food. Right?
I've been transformed into the art that I wish to be.
With the Joker and Harley Quinn as your
I'm in a padded room.
You're in is perpetual madness.
Too much.
Mad cow disease.
As in, it was a stretch, but you managed to reach it. That's how I felt about that. Yeah? Are you happy with that?
I was really happy with that.
Okay, that's a good way to wrap things up.
Mad cow
this
disease.
Episode. Have you got it? Would you be willing to give it to Yoni? Let us know in a future episode. Follow us on all our socials. We are on Insta. We are on TikTok. We are on YouTube. We are on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. check us out. Thank you so much for following us on this journey. It's been fun, and we look forward to giving you more of this great stuff.
We hope to see you soon.
Good night.
R.I.P. Lily.
Who's Lily?
Lily Potter.
Oh.